Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday the 6th of September 2021. It's beginner's day, so if you've never played Sudoku before, welcome. Hope you enjoy the game. I'm just going to point out a news item, which I normally do when playing the Guardian Sudoku puzzle, sorry. Crossword I haven't attempted yet. It's very late here. I've been working this morning and I didn't manage to get the Sudoku done before I started work, so I'm late, I'm behind time. But the point in the news is from New Orleans, a slightly nicer story than we have been expecting after Hurricane Ida. And one building called St. Peter Residential had installed a solar microgrid on the roof of its building, and this building is divided into various areas, but has around, I think it's 50 rent-controlled apartments, some of which are reserved for army veterans and stuff like that. So people who deserve the people who can't afford and deserve some low rent accommodation. Well, apart from the rain, of course, it actually managed to keep the lights on and the power going in the building for all of those people and the other communal areas, etc. Even though the rest of the city was had a power outage, or most of the city had a power outage. And that's due to their installation of this microgrid, which managed to keep working as the sun came out after the rain. So that's good news, isn't it? A modicum of good news in a bad situation. Let's look for bright spots wherever we can find them in this current world of depressing and horrible news. Anytime we can find something that's not so terrible and depressing, let's try to bring that out. Okay. How do we play Sudoku? Well, it's a game of 9 squares across and 9 squares down. I've had an ant on my glasses. Ooh. Made my nose itchy, hold on. And 9 squares within a grid. Make sure the ant is gone now. 9 squares within a grid. And we place numbers 1 to 9 in each of the rows across, each of the columns down, and each of the grids. This grid has, this block here, has no digits yet, and this block down here has 4 digits already filled in. So we use the idea that the number can appear once to find the solution, really. It's just it's a puzzle, you know, puzzles are. And so let's find you the first number. Okay, let's look at this block here, which does not yet have a 4. We can say that this 4 blocks everywhere along here, right? So these 2 squares are eliminated from being a 4. And this 4 stops anything along here from being a 4. So a kind of blocking pattern, blocked here, blocked here. There's only 1 square left. We know that's got to be a 4. It can't be anything else, because the puzzle only has 1 solution, so it's not possible that it could be anything else. Got the idea? 6 blocks across this row here, 6 blocks across this row here, so a kind of blocking pattern, and in this box here, what do we see? 1 square left, so the 6 has to go there like that. 6 down this column, across here like that. So, you know, blocked, 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 and blocked. You'll see it right in the smack bang in the middle of this particular block here, often referred to as a block. You'll hear people, Sudoku players refer to this as a block. It's a 6. There we go. There's 4 down here, 4 up here. So again, that's the only square 4 can go. Now, 2 blocks across this row, 2 blocks down here, so blocking here, down here, that's got to go there. The two then that we placed now blocks across this row, and this 2 blocks here So 2's got to go there like that. This 2 that we just placed we'll use to say it blocks up this column. This 2 blocks up this column, and this 2 blocks this square here. So we can put a 2 there in fact. Now this column has 3 empty squares, which means there are 3 numbers between 1 and 9 missing. Let's find out what they are by counting through what we have. We have 1, 2. There's no 3 in this column. There's a 3 up here, but there's no 3 in this column. So that's one of our missing numbers. Okay, so 3 is one of the missing numbers. 4, 5, 6. There's no 7 in this column either. So that's another of our missing numbers. There's no 8, but there is a 9. So to recap, our missing numbers are 3, 7, and 8. Okay, 3, 7, and 8. We have to keep that in mind, or note it down if your memory is even worse than mine, and that would be saying something. And now that we know that 3, 7, 8 are the 3 missing numbers, they have to fit into these 3 squares, right? Now what we understand is that a number can appear once only in its row, column, or block. So this 3 means that 3 cannot reappear in this block, and 8 cannot reappear in this block. So this square here cannot be 3, cannot be 8. And there was only other one missing number in this column, which was 7. So we know that's got to be a 7. The 3 and 8 will be in this square and this square. Now we can check to see if we've got any 3's or 8's intersecting. And no, we don't. So we don't know which is which, but that's okay. We just come back to that later on. We look at this row across here. Now that we've filled in quite a few numbers, we've got kind of fewer possibilities, squeezed, let's say, areas. There are only 2 numbers missing in this row, so we can find out what they are again by counting through. So do we have a 1? No, we don't. So that's our first missing number is 1. 2, 3. Do we have a 4? No. 1 and 4 are missing. If you're not sure and you want to double check, you can count through the rest. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's 1 and 4. So 1 and 4 are in these 2 squares, and this 4 stops this from being a 4. So 4 has to go here and 1 has to go there. Okay, I'm just looking for the numbers now because I don't play these games before I start. So 7 blocking up here, 7 blocking up here, and 7 across here. That gives me a 7 to place here. Of course, this is a very easy level game. It's for newbies, newcomers to the game, or people who enjoy the easy level puzzles, and there's nothing wrong with that. If all you like to do is play the easy levels, well, good luck to you. It's your own choice, right? Do what you play these games for enjoyment. We don't play them to make money. Okay, let's again examine the 3 numbers in this column and see what they are. Now, do we have a 1? No, we don't. Do we have a 2? No, we don't. Do we have a 3? No, we don't. 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3 are the missing numbers here, here, and here. But actually, this 2 stops this from being a 2, and 2 here stops this from being a 2. So we can say for sure that the 2 has to go there. Now we're left with 1 and 3, and 1 and 3 at either end now. Okay, so this 3 says this can't be a 3. The 3 has got to be down here, and so we know that 1 is the last number that we need for that column. Okay, when you get stuck in one place, you need to kind of look around and shift your focus to other areas. It's very easy to kind of keep looking at one place and think, oh, there's something here, and then maybe find that it's not there. Okay, let's take this 2 blocking across this row, 2 blocking across here, and 2 blocking down here now. So that gives us a 2 that we can place here. Now 2 blocking up this column, up this column. Well, talk about irony. Uh, there I was just a few moments ago mentioning power cuts that they had after storms, and guess what? I had a power cut here, and so I need that microgrid from New Orleans. Help. Okay, I did actually get a little bit down when the camera just kind of crashed out, and so I did actually put in this 2 here. So I'm not sure. I may have to go back and edit that point, but I've put in. There's a 2 blocking up here, a 2 blocking up here, 2 across here, and across here, and that gives me a 2 to go here. So our power cuts here are normally like just 1 or 2 seconds, though, not ones that last for hours or anything like that. We don't get them that often, to be honest with you, but they do happen from time to time. Maybe well, I don't know, once every couple of months or something like that. Right, where was I? I've lost my thread now. Completely forgotten, so I shall have to re-examine the board, try and see what I was up to. At least you can see I'm determined to play the game, right? even with power cuts. Okay. Oh, I know. Yes, I was about to point out something to you, right? And I've remembered it now. This particular column here, okay, we are lacking a 7. We do not have a 7. Now there are 4 empty squares. One of the missing numbers is a 7. Now if you notice, this 7 intersects here, so that's not a 7 there because we have an intersecting 7. There's another 7 here blocking all the way along, and at the top there's another 7 blocking. So blocked, blocked, and blocked. So there's only 1 square left. So a 7 has to appear there. Likewise, in a very similar fashion, if we look at this top row here, we'll see this 9 stops that square from being a 9. We don't have a 9 in this top row. This 9 stops that from being a 9. This 9 stops that from being a 9, and this 9 blocks that. So again, just 1 square in that row that is not intersected by a digit, in this case 9. This 4 blocks up here, 4 blocks up here, and 4 blocks across here, giving me a 4 here in this location. Now, the 2 missing numbers across here are 8 and 5, I believe. Now, this 8 says can't be an 8 here, so 8 goes here, and the 5 goes there. Okay, so you tend to play the game, you kind of go in fits and starts. Sometimes you see a lot of numbers very easily and together, and sometimes it takes a while. Okay, so what I've seen now is, this is another interesting way of thinking about things. 6 blocks this square, and 9 blocks this square. Now there are 3 missing numbers. 6 and 9 both block this square, so 6 and 9 have to be in these 2 squares here, which leaves just one other empty square. So we can count through and see what it is. 1, 2, 3, there's no 4, so the 4 will go here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is a 4. Now, this 4 blocks across here, this 4 blocks this square, this 4 blocks this square. So we can say the 4 goes there. This is slightly more difficult than the normal Monday puzzles, which are usually no-brainers, I'm going to call them, but that sounds insulting to people who are just beginning. I mean, puzzles that can be done by anybody who's never even played the game before. Looks like today's is slightly more thinking involved. Okay, this 7 blocks this square. This 7 blocks this square. Okay, so out and out. Now we're limited to 2 squares in this column. This 7 blocks this square, so 7's got to go there. We don't have a 7 in this row yet, but remember what I said about 7 blocking a digit blocking everything in its block, stopping everything in its block. That sounds a bit easier to understand. 7 cannot be here, 7 cannot be here, or here or here, but what we're interested in, neither of these 2 squares. So 7 has to be in this square over here. I must say, actually, for an easy level game, this one is, there is quite a lot of thinking involved. It's quite unusual for their Monday game. Okay, this 7 blocks across here, 7 blocks down here. That's giving me a 7 there. That's the key number. That was all I needed now to kind of finish the game, because from that point on, I see things have now become unlocked in a most important way. This 1 now blocks down here. So that means we now know 1 is limited to the top row here. Okay, it's got to appear either here or here. And since we don't know where it's going to appear, this square or this square, but it doesn't matter because they're in the same row. So 1 cannot reappear in this row. So these are out. So 1 now has to appear in this square down here. And now 1 blocks up here, and 1 blocks across here. So that's a 1 there. And I think that's going to be the key to unlocking the game now. I'm pretty sure of it. This 5 stops this square from being a 5. We don't yet have a 5 in this row, so 5 goes here. And the last number to get in this row is an 8. Okay, now the 5 blocks this square, so this is a 5 here. What else? 8 blocks this square, 8 blocks this square, so this is our 8 now. 8 blocks across this row, so that's an 8. 8 blocks this square, so that's an 8. 5 goes here as the last remaining number in this block. You just count through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I hope I'm not going too quickly. 3 stops this from being a 3. We don't yet have a 3 in this block, so the 3 goes here. The last number to get is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll see. Now look, there's only one empty square in this column, so that's where we should look next. And when we count through, you count through, you'll see it's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes there. What's left? One number missing here. It's a 1, so we can fill that in there. Now we know 1 blocks across here. If you remember, we said before 1 blocks across here. So that's not a 1. And this one stops that from being a 1, so the 1 goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have an 8 yet, so we do now. Missing number here is a 9. Missing number in this column is a 9. 9 blocks this square here, so 9 goes there. One number to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this where am I? 6 blocks this square here, so 6 goes there. Last number there is a 3. 3 blocks this square here, so 3 goes here. Last number to get here is an 8. I know this is fast, just filling this in, but I'm not needing to count through. I can just look at the numbers and see what's missing basically at this stage when you've got a lot of numbers like this. And you can too if you practice. So just a bit of practice will help you. 3 is missing from this column. 1 is the last number to get here. 1 blocks here. 1 goes down here. 3 is the last number to place here. And that's our easy level puzzle for Monday. Fighting through power cuts across the world. And thank you for joining me. And subscribe to the channel and check out the channel list for easy and beginner level puzzles if you're new to the game. There are lots of games there, especially from The Guardian on Mondays, where I give a lot more explanation than even I've given today. So thank you. Take care.